Hey guys, so since opening the fundraiser, I've had a lot of questions sort of saying, why do you need our support if you're in a Lotus? And to be honest, one, I'm skinned, two, that's because I own a Lotus. So I'm just gonna be really open and honest with you guys and bring up the dreaded F word, finance. So yes, my car is on finance. I'm not shy about that. It is the best situation for me at this point in time. And even when I mentioned it to my parents, they were like, you can't get finance. You can only buy a car outright, cash kind of thing. And I went, well, you've mortgaged a house in the past, haven't you? And they went, well, yeah. I went, well, that's what I'm doing, but I'm mortgaging a car technically. So I went for the HP finance. It's where you put down whatever deposit you want, you pay monthly, it's yours at the end of it. So there's no balloon payment, which fits me perfectly because I know you can get caught out with that quite a bit, where the car you're left with at the end is actually worth less than what your balloon payment is. Lotus was my dream car anyway, but also a benefit of that was the fact they don't depreciate very much. In fact, it's actually gone up in value since I've owned it. So that was another factor, that if I got in a situation where I couldn't afford the monthly payments anymore, I could sell the car, pay off the finance and be back where I was before I had the car and not have too much stress that way. So that worked quite nicely. So one thing I will say about finance, make sure you can afford the monthly payments and have that backup just in case you get in a sticky situation. So with being self-employed, there's that unreliability of income. And I mean, for the chocolate business, in the summer, it's really, really quiet. And then you get to Christmas and it's hectic. So again, it's always hit and miss, and I just made sure and calculated that I could afford that each month, even if the chocolate was quiet, would Christmas cover me for the further months and sort of save that money away. The other thing I wanted to also mention is that finance is also a lot more accepted in younger people now. I think it's becoming more of the in thing. I know dealers, they push finance more than cash, and they can give you a better offer on a finance deal than they can if you come in with, say, 20 grand cash to buy the new car. I think for me personally, I don't spend money anywhere else. So we don't go out drinking, we don't smoke, we don't go on holiday. I think I haven't been on holiday since being an adult. All my money literally gets put away and put towards a car. I've been like that ever since I've been driving. So from 17, every sort of penny that I worked for, I put straight away. I was saving up for a new car constantly. I've had 8 cars, so that kind of puts things into perspective. So hopefully this one's staying low, but that's just kind of where my priorities lie. And I think everyone's different. So some people aren't really bothered about cars. They don't understand sort of that thrill you get driving the car. So some people aren't bothered about cars, and that's absolutely fine. I mean, a lot of my friends from college, they weren't bothered. They had a car that got them to A to B and that was it. Whereas for me, I was like, you can't eat in the car, you can't have the McDonald's in the car. And they're like, just why? It's a car. And I'm like, it's my car. So there is that difference in priorities. And I think the fact that I am so sort of strict with money, I am on a very strict budget to make sure that I can afford the things that I want to. And for me, that is my car. So for me, going out and spending £30 on a meal out is like way too expensive. But you know, can't need some new tyres, a couple £100, yeah, it's fine. It's just all about those priorities, and they're different for everyone, and that's not a problem at all. I mean, you've got to do what makes you happy at the end of the day, and for me, that is my car. So basically, to round this up, finance isn't a bad thing. You've just got to make sure it suits you, and for me at this time, it suited me. Thought I'd just give you a quick breakdown of how and why I own a Lotus at 21 and sort of my reasons behind it, but also to give you a bit of a breakdown of finance and just to sort of take away that stigma that finance is bad. It means if it gets you to where you want to be and you can do that comfortably, then there's no problem with that at all. Like I said, it's just a mortgage for a car. But also I hope that answers some of the queries about the fundraiser, because obviously all the support I am getting is going straight towards getting that training and practice that I couldn't afford myself. I mean, I'm so fortunate with Raised Already is going towards some track days and insurance and all stuff like that. I wouldn't be able to have this opportunity without Formula Woman, and that was the whole point of them. Motorsport is incredibly expensive. I mean, the competition that you win is about £250,000 per driver to enter, just to put things into context. So it's opened that opportunity that I wouldn't have had anyway. I wouldn't have been able to get on track or anything this year at least because of finances. So thank you, Formula One, for that, and thank you to everyone that's donated so far. But like I said, I'm going to be open and honest throughout this whole journey, show the ups and the downs, and this is obviously one of them. So if you want to make my journey your journey, you know what to do. Like, follow and subscribe to stay along, and I'll see you soon. Bye.